All right, y'all. So I am honored to have this man right here sitting down with me and having this conversation. I met Rocky at his shop through a friend of mine when I was in school. Jeff told us to come and check out his shop, and a lot to share about himself, his business, his journey, him being a barber. So it was very enlightening for someone that was jumping aboard and trying to tackle this industry as well. So to have someone that's been doing it and doing it very well was a pleasure to, be in, I would say, in his world, his empire. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Mr. Rocky take the floor. So yeah, let people know about you, man.
Oh, well, I'm Rocky Casillas, and I was born in the LA area, in the South Bay area. See the Carson to be like Pacific. I've been cutting hair for man, going on 12 years now. 12 years. It's crazy. But, yeah. Started in high school. High school, I was the football barber. It was crazy. Yeah. It just sprung on me. Like I was just people would come over to my house and line them up with the face shaver, and I made do. It was crazy. Yeah, and then
the fresh fades for the football
yeah,
game. Huh?
it was crazy.
The pep rally.
Now that you think about it, now that I sit here and think about it, I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day about it too. Like the the journey that I've been through is like crazy. When cutting hair wasn't cool. It was like a bunch of old men just smoking cigarettes and cutting hair and getting them out type thing.
Yeah, I
See
know.
where see where he evolved. It's crazy. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
But yeah, cutting hair for 12 years now. Um, I love it. I love it.
that's dope. That's dope.
I can't see myself doing anything else.
So I know you said you were just one of the team's go-to guy to cut hair, but like what made you to say, okay, now I really want to make this a living and
So
make that transition take place?
so I played sports. I played football, and when you're playing football, every kid's dream is I want to go to the league. I want to go to college. I want to play ball. I want to go. That's what I'm going to do. But then when you start getting to high school and start seeing like what like the business part and like the stuff you got to put your body through, for me it's like yeah, I was good to do how far I got, but like I wasn't gonna grow no 6'3", no 6'5". I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna be no rip, no crazy. So I knew that my football journey was gonna end somewhere, and I rather start my new journey while straight out of high school than to go into college and try to play football and then getting hurt or something worse happening. And I feel like I was backtracked. So all I did was basically play football and go to school. That's all I did. And I just used that like mentality to be like, okay, you know what? Now I gotta find something else that's gonna give me a career. So I used what I was doing. I like what I did. I like cutting hair. It was cool.
Yeah.
Having conversations with my boys and just like cutting hair. I want to learn more. I didn't think it was gonna be like so hard, but it was a crazy little journey. So I told my grandmother first. My grandma, I told her like, hey, I want to go to barber school. She was cool with it because she was a cosmetologist when she grew up. So
Oh.
she did women's hair. She loved it. Like she thought it was cool, the coolest thing. But my mom, on the other hand, she did not like it at all. She wanted me to go to college. She
Yeah.
wanted me to continue playing football. So she thought me doing this is because I didn't want to play football no more, or she just thought like I lost the passion for football, I guess. And it was kind of that, both. But when I told her, I said, I graduated high school, and I told her, I said, Mom, I'm not gonna go to college. I'm gonna go to barber school. She did not like it. She hated it. She hated the fact that I wasn't gonna go to college. And the only person on my side at the time was my grandma. she was pushing for it. She was, I don't know if you ever had that where you told your grandma like, "Hey, go talk to my mom," because like she's kind of mad at me type thing.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where I was like, "Hey," I walked into my grandma's room and I was like, "Hey, if you can talk to my mom because she's not cool with it." And I was only 17 at the time, turning 18.
Mm-hmm.
So after I graduated high school, I wasn't old enough yet to check myself into barber school. I was only 17, so I still needed my mom's like to sign stuff.
Correct.
So when I told her she wasn't with it, only reason why she took me was because my grandmother kind of like forced her to. Like, this is what he wants to do. You can't really tell him like to do something else, So she took me. She told me, "Look, I'm gonna take you. I'm not gonna walk out with you. Just call me when I have to sign whatever I have to sign, and that's it." Like, cause she wasn't having it. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I went to Pro Barber College in Torrance. At the time, it was cheap. It was really cheap. Like, I'm talking about. So, brother, like, barbering wasn't cool. So I paid literally like, I think I put $400 down, and it was like $100 a month.
Yeah.
So it was like dirt cheap. So at that time, I went, talked to the teachers, did a little tour. I mean, our school's nothing crazy, but it was still a tour. And then when I told her, I was like, "Okay, I want to do it." I called my mom. I was like, "Okay, can you come sign this paper?" She literally came, signed it, and left. Like, going back in the car because she was not having it. She didn't like it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until maybe like, because during school, I got checked into school. She helped me with the down payment. And then after that, I had to figure out a way to pay each month. So at the time, I was big on collecting jerseys. Like, I had like the Fat Albert jerseys, the basketball jerseys, like the football jerseys. That was my thing.
Yeah.
And like to make like my school, since it was only $100, I would sell my jerseys. I would sell them, like, and just make monthly. That's how I make my monthly payments for school. And I was talking about just school, so I didn't have no masters or no wall. I had Conair clippers, liners, like the plastic bag. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that was my thing. I was ready to go. That's all I used in high school. So I'm like, I mastered these. Like, this is my thing, So it wasn't until a situation happened where our school shut down. It shut down for a cool like maybe like 7 months. It shut down.
Wow.
And I was cutting hair at home.
Almost
And me,
like
I was
COVID,
doing,
huh?
huh?
I said,
Yeah, it was like crazy like COVID type thing where my school shut down, so I was cutting hair at home. So I was cutting hair at home and I was doing it for free. I wasn't charging.
Mm-hmm.
So all my boys from football came over when they weren't, like, some of them that stayed came get their haircuts. Their cousins, like their friends, my friends. It wasn't until it was crazy. One of my friends, one of his relatives just got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm doing free haircuts, he came in and was like, "Hey, one of my friends, he's doing free haircuts. Like, go get a haircut."
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and knocks on my front door. And my mom answers the door. And this is not like the nicest looking dude,
Yeah.
So my mom was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, I'm here for a haircut."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, okay." So she called me and then I did his hair. And then after that, she tells me, "I need to talk to you."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Okay." So she's like, "Hey, I can't have these random people come to my house all the time, like, for haircuts."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Well, I'm practicing. School's closed. What do you want me to do? Like, So she goes, "I'm gonna make a deal with you." She goes, "If you can go back to school, get your AA degree or some type of degree, finish school, I wouldn't mind. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to do, but get a degree. That's something to fall back on." Me, it's like when I put my mind to something, that's all I'm doing. Like, brother, I never felt a job application before in my life. I never had a real like paycheck job ever. This is what I did. This is all I had. This is all like I was willing to do. Like, I put my mind to it and was like, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do. So I was like, fine, cool. So once I told her okay, brother, man, she all of a sudden, man, she had a friend that she didn't tell me from high school who owned a barbershop in Paramount. So all
Wow.
she seen was me cut hair. She
Yeah.
didn't know that I wasn't good. Like, I was just practicing. She didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that's what she told her friend, like, hey, my son's cutting hair. Can you help him out? So
Mm-hmm.
he's like, yeah, like I'll help him out. So I met with her friend. Again, she didn't tell her I was just practicing. He's like, oh, here's your chair. Like, this is your chair. You're on commission. Like, you can just pay me at the end of every day. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
I never cut before. Like, no, this is like practice. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, no, you'll get it. Like, you're good. Like, you're straight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I really learned. They kind of just threw me into the deep end.
Yeah.
And not only that, like, I want to say the owner there, his name was Tony. The shop was called Bada Bing Barbershop in Paramount.
Okay.
Um, the owner, Tony, great man, great dude. He'll give you the shirt off his back. And the one who really had taught me to cut hair, and the one who really taught me like morals and barbering and stuff is his name is Brian.
Oh,
His Instagram is called Proper Cutter, and man, it was tough love for sure, but it was the best like teaching I ever got.
okay.
Like it was like at first he'll tell me how to do it. Second he'll be like, okay, bro, like this is not how you do it. Third time it's like, hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you listening? Like I'm
Yeah.
just trying to, you know.
Yeah.
So it was tough love for sure, but it helped me out a lot, a lot. Um, and then after that, like I kind of school just opened up again, and you know it's crazy because when school had closed down, I was at like 1450
Okay.
100 hours, so I was there. So when it closed down and I tried to go somewhere else, I couldn't go nowhere else because I only had like a couple hours left, so no one wanted to like let me finish out there.
Yeah.
So once it opened up, I jumped on it. I went to school and I did the couple hours and I finished. Like I never looked back. But other than that, like I just been from there, from that point, I dedicated everything to that, to just cutting hair. I was there early. Even if I didn't cut all day, I was there early. I was sweeping. I was watching people. I was asking questions. I was even to the like how to handle my money. Like I was like a sponge. I was looking at everything. And then just little by little, people started like, oh, it's starting to get busy. Like, oh, I'll just sit with Rock. I'll just sit with Rock. And it's like it started building up from there. And so like I got at a good I got comfortable. I wasn't good. I got comfortable.
Mhm.
Because you know when you get that first person sitting in your chair, you're like all like jittery and
Yeah.
like just like brushing your machines when they're not even dirty. Like you're
Yeah.
just like
I've been
trying to,
there.
trying to avoid like cutting this guy's hair, you know? So I got comfortable. But other than that, I mean, like I said at the time, like YouTube wasn't like that. I had maybe a few handful of videos. Like I know I stayed watching Cake and his Randy.
Hmm.
All his videos. I watched the videos he had up there. Um, I think at the time, like a lot of barbers from the Bay who actually just posted out stuff. Like I know a shop called uh, the Zoo or something like that out there in San Mateo. It was that's all I watched, just barbering stuff. And at the time, it was just videos like DVDs.
Yeah.
So you had to buy the DVDs. So luckily I knew someone who like got bootlegs, so I just like burned them and I just like got them like that. But I continued to watch them every day, just like how I watched like film when I played football, or I watched like the reruns on NFL. Like each room in my house like was on football. I just transferred that over to each room in my house now was some type of barbering thing, and I just that's all I did. I ate, slept, and dreamed about cutting hair, and I just put all my focus into it, you know, and I just that's how I was taught, you know. So it was like I'm gonna continue. I still do that to today.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've been to some of my classes, and I still watch people cut hair on YouTube. Like, I'll watch the same video over and over and over again.
Yeah. Gotta be a
It's
sponge. Yeah.
yeah, you never know, you know. Like trends change every month, and it's like
Yeah.
you gotta know everything. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just that's how it kind of like kicked off for me, you know.
No, I mean that's truly like what I want this platform to be about, to really show everybody's journey. And you know, everybody's journey is not always the same. And
Yeah.
somebody is going to look at this, and it's probably in the same situation like like you were, that had a passion for something else, but didn't realize, okay, now it's time for me to find something else, and don't even know at that point that they might be great at something else. Like you was cutting hair, but now like you said, okay, now I'm gonna take my barbering and place myself in a whole new world, and from the ground up, I'm gonna build myself up the same way you did when you was playing football.
Oh, yeah.
Where you at now? So someone like that. This is the reason why I wanted to create this platform to show someone that's maybe questioning themselves or having trouble figuring out what they really want to do with their life, and might have a tool, or a clipper, and,
Yeah.
and might get, especially now, like you said, like it's funny, you was hitting on certain things as far as like our generation, because I fall in that generation too, where barbering wasn't looked at as a career. It was just, somebody would look at it almost as a hobby. But now in this generation, it's far gone into a whole different atmosphere, and you can do so much with it.
So
And
much.
it's dope as well. But do you feel like, do you feel like it's still missing where, that hard grind mode during those times to now, it seems, do you feel like is it too easy, or you know what I mean? What I'm trying to get
No,
at?
I get you. No, I mean, I feel like it is missing that like you said, that grind.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, like the some of the people that are teaching and stuff, they're great at what they do. That's why they're at how high of a pedestal they are. But I feel like sometimes they're teaching the wrong things. I feel like, because a lot of barbers are just showing the glamour. They're just showing like now. I think now that it's me and my wife talking about the other day, like now, like all like the crazy barbers are like buying like French bulldogs, like, and like buying, like, you know what I'm saying, like crazy like chains and crazy like earrings and fucking like crazy, like they're making it seem like they're rock stars and they're rap stars and they're freaking like up there, like, and it's like you kind of have to step it down a little bit, like our profession is an honest profession, like when people come up to me and they, like when I do like go to like random like barber shows and they have been to my classes and they come to me and they, oh bro, like, no, like I'm just a barber. That's all I am, and I'm willing to teach anybody what was taught to me, because the person who taught me told me, like, hey, like all I ask is you pass it along, like, and that's what I do. That's what I did. And every time I teach someone or every time I talk to somebody, I tell them the same thing. Like, all I ask is you pass it along. Like, I don't really charge for my classes. I don't really charge for that. Like, whoever needs help, I'm willing to help, because when I was there, like, I didn't really have a lot of help. When the guy who taught me was super busy, like at the time, like no one's really helping like that. Everyone was like, these are the way I cut hair is how I make my money, so I'm not going to show you because then you're going to take my clients. That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Back then it was like competitive, like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm not going to help somebody else because then that's just taken away from my money. I mean, now it's great because everyone teaches everyone, but some people kind of like, I feel like, not take advantage, but like kind of like try to tiptoe, like charging a lot for something that you're supposed to pass along, like I seen I mean, I'm not gonna make no names, but I seen like a class like $1,000 class. Like, what the hell?
More
Are you
than that.
serious? Yeah, it's something like $1,500, $1,600. Are you serious? $1,000 for what? What are you gonna teach
Just to
them?
sit there for like what? Not even an hour, and
Exactly.
really don't get anything out of it.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you're gonna charge,
I got so much out of your class, and I mean the way you set it up, the way you had everybody surround you while you was teaching the class, and then you fed us. So I mean that was dope. Like you really didn't have to do that, and yeah,
but I do it because like I really love cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like when people say like, oh, the game's supposed to be what is it like?
yeah, it's supposed to be sold, not to be told.
Yeah, sold not to be told, something
Yeah,
like that. Like I
yeah,
think that's BS to me, man. That's whack. I mean, because there's so many customers out there that people can get. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not me teaching you is not. I'm not scared that you're gonna take my clientele. Like, I'm not. There's people out there for everybody. You know, everybody needs to eat. And that's what I look at. Like, if you're gonna be, if you're gonna want to come learn from me, and you're gonna want to come learn from, like, or come hang out. Like, even to today, like I have people come to the shop and like shadow. I don't charge for that because it's like I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to get taken care of. You know, because it's like I know what it's like, brother. I know what it's like to hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, yeah. Me too.
I, I couldn't fucking put. I had a car, but I couldn't put gas in it. Or if I did put gas, I couldn't really eat. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a lot of people don't really like share or show that side of the part of the grind. And it's like I feel like people need to see that. Like when students come from school, people are telling them like, oh, you need to charge what you're worth, and you need to charge, and like, nah, like you're not at that yet. You know, like to be when you come out of school. I tell people this all the time. When you come out of school, I feel like you shouldn't be cutting. I mean, yeah, cut for some money, but you shouldn't be cutting for money. I feel like you should be cutting for your reputation.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah,
build your
yeah,
name,
yeah.
yeah, once you build your name and you get into like a salon or a shop and you're cutting hair and you're doing your thing, the more you build your name and the more you build your rep, the money's gonna come. The money's gonna come along with that. Because let's say you go and you tell some people
That's a
fresh out
token.
of barber school,
You just gave some token right now.
like
Some true information right there.
like yeah, like what if, you know what if, okay, what if someone comes to my class and
Mm,
I tell them like, okay, yeah, you're supposed to be charging what you're worth. Charge what you're worth. You're worth $100. If that's the case, man, I'm worth more than $100. I'm worth more. I'm worth a lot, you know. But if I tell someone that and they go and they cut someone that's been sitting in their chair to practice and that's been there to, you know, rock their messed up haircut to practice, and they all of a sudden tell them like, all right, bro, it's $100.
mm,
What? Like you're not even good, you know? Like $100? Like, nah, you know?
mm.
I feel like you should be telling them like, you know, the people who are willing to sit in your chair when you're not great. Because for me, to today,
Mhm.
my friends who let me cut their hair and it was rocking straight bowl cuts, like hard lines and crazy uneven haircuts, they
Yeah,
get free haircuts till today.
yeah.
Till today, they get free haircuts because it's like you were willing to sit in my chair when no one wanted to, and now when everyone blows up my phone and blows up the Instagram and blows up everything and wants to sit in my chair,
Mhm.
like you still get that same haircut. You know, you still get that same service from me because you were there to grind with me. You know, and it's like a lot of people in the industry don't really like that I say that, like, that I do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I'm not fake, man. When I was raised up not to be like that. I was raised up where I'm from. It's like I'm not gonna be fake. Who I was before I started all this, and whatever name or whatever thing I got or whatever, like I'm still gonna be me. Like I'm not gonna switch up for nobody. You know, like so. I was raised to help someone who needs help,
Yeah.
to get the shirt off their back if they need it. I'm
Mhm.
gonna continue to do that. You know.
That's 100. I hear you, man. um, I mean, man, from the beginning, from this conversation when we started, I mean, you've been putting out some key notes, and I'm really hoping that a lot of people hear what you're saying because it definitely needs to be heard. Um, One of my other questions, I mean, I believe we kind of like hinted it on it already because you told me when you decided to leave football, you went into barbering. But I wanted to ask, like, um, did you even have like a what if factor when you got into barbering, or you just knew that since you was just gonna go 100% with it, was
I,
no?
I, di- I didn't have a backup. I mean, I still went to school, like my mom asked, and I still got my AA degree.
Yeah,
But it's like when that time, that was only general ed, you know. So when that time came and the counselor was like, "Hey, you can go to a JC or you could go to like a UCLA, USC type thing," and I'm like, "Nah, like I'm done." The only reason why I did this was so my mom would be mad at me, you know.
yeah,
So like, I put my mind to just cutting hair, like focusing on cutting hair, focusing on actually like making money to get out that rut, you know, to get out the rock bottom.
mm,
Um, yeah, I didn't have a plan B. Like even till today, like I didn't have a backup. It's like this is what I love to do. Don't get me wrong. When I went to barber school, right, because I graduated high school, I didn't have a summer because this school's all year round. So I
mm,
went right into school once I graduated. So I didn't really have a summer. So it was like I didn't have a chance to try to do other things. Because during like high school, um, it was always practice. So like summer, I couldn't get a job because I was practicing, or
mm,
during the school year, I was playing and stuff, so I couldn't get a job. So I never had a real job. I never really knew anything else than to just what I knew how to do was just to cut hair, you know.
yeah.
So I never had a plan B. I never really thought about a plan B, you know.
Mhm.
So I put my full force into this, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I did this. I had to do the same thing. So, um, I know in this the industry, like you said, it can kind of be a hit and miss when you can find someone that you can really meet that really wants to take you under their wing and really show you the ropes. I know I have one. Well, I have multiple guys that once I really told them that I was serious about this, they took me under their wing and they really trying to, you
That's,
know, help me and develop me to, do because they said they see and they know that I see it as well, so they really want to guide me and really want to help me. Do you feel like that's missing? Where we're missing a lot of like guys that want to, like you said, reach back and like go to these schools and to say, hey, if you need help, come to my shop and you
I
think,
feel like I mean the people I came
mhm,
cross paths with, they do that. You know, you're more than welcome to go to their shops and watch and shadow, and a lot of people do that. I mean, I feel like it's the big names
yeah.
that I mean, I don't really know like contract stuff they're in or whatever, but I feel like the bigger names, like the people who did put their stuff out there, like I said, don't get me wrong, people who are big names in barbering, like they're great at what they do, you know, because if they weren't, they wouldn't be, you know, where they're at. But I feel like we need more people
So
like that.
like question, like so like what we hitting on where we was having that talk just a few minutes ago where they say they charging these students for these classes. Do you feel like that should be more of like a free seminar, like you just come in
I,
and like the
I,
people that they're looking up to, they shouldn't be
yeah,
charging them to
I mean,
come?
because I came across one time. Don't get me wrong. I came across one time. Again, I can say no name, but I came across someone that I really liked on Instagram.
Yeah.
He was dope. Like he was like, damn. Like every time someone asks, like, who is your like person you look on Instagram and stuff, like I always picked his name. Like, oh, look it, like he's so dope. But when
Mhm.
I met him in person, it was like, oh, he's a fucking asshole. You know, like he's a dick.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like bigger names like that should like really like
Don't
help.
forget where they came from. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, because we're just
You
barbers.
definitely was like right in my shoes like a couple of years ago. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So it's like now like You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, you know, that's their way of living and that's their way of doing these classes.
Yeah.
Cool. Like, that's dope, you know? Like, you're blessed to be able to do that. But it's like, once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, come back down. And these people in schools, like, just let pop up on them one day, you know? Like,
Yeah.
show them some that they actually follow you for, you know? Because some of these students, like, they can't afford thousands of dollars classes or $500 classes, or even some can afford $30 classes, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like some people with names should really like help these people out, you know. Because again, like, I'm not no big name or nothing, like, but it's like, wherever I can help and wherever I can and guide someone. If I don't know the answer, I'm gonna guide you to someone who does.
Correct.
You know, and it's like, I'm gonna help whichever way I can. I feel like some of these big names should be like that and do that, you know?
No, I truly agree. I know I was at a point when I first started because I was attending the Torrance location as well, and one of the couple of students that I came real close with, they started introducing me to a lot of barbers that they was following on Instagram and stuff like that. And one of the guys, like you said, I'm not gonna mention their names. I guess they had where they was at a hotel somewhere in San Diego, and you can go over there and check out, you know, they're cutting somebody's hair and sitting down with you. But I think they was charging for that. But you know, I didn't get the go because I had something else I was doing. But I probably would have had at that time went ahead and paid for
Yeah.
it.
See, something like that, like, again, like, being in school, I paid for some of the classes, you know. I had to like scramble some money up, you
Yeah.
know, some hands or something, you know. But
Yeah.
when I went to these classes, they taught me like a Mohawk and designs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how many Mohawk and designs are gonna sit in your chair? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
teach me something that I'm gonna see and do every day when I'm at the shop.
Yeah.
Cause, like, okay, I'm gonna take your class, do a Mohawk and design. Okay, cool. I'm gonna be ready for that Mohawk and design. But when a fade and a 3 on top comes, or like a taper and a 2 comes,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wing it. You know, like, that's what people need to see. That's what people want to learn. People don't like, again, all these crazy designs and all these crazy haircuts are dope. They're
Yeah.
tight. Instagram worthy. That's sick. But these students and these people in schools need to see what they're gonna see every day.
Yeah.
Regular haircuts every day. How to shave. How to do a razor lineup. How to do little things like that. You know, how to drape someone. How to make sure someone's comfortable while getting a haircut. Am I going too hard? Am I going too soft? Am I, like, because, I mean, and I know, like, when we sit in a chair, that barber don't know what they're doing, so you're
Yeah.
sitting there like, oh, I'm already messed up,
Yeah.
like, that's what these students need to see. These students need to see, like, how to work in a shop every day,
Yeah.
like,
How to transition. Yeah.
exactly, from school, like you said, how to transition from hour and a half, 2 hour haircuts to, like, okay, now I'm in a shop, so now I need to speed this up to
Yeah.
45, 30-minute haircuts.
Yeah.
But even now, some people are teaching, like, an hour and a half haircut for a 2 and a taper is normal. And I feel like that's not normal.
Yeah.
That's not cool. No one wants to sit in a chair for an hour and a half while getting a haircut. Regardless. So it's like, that's another thing they don't, like, need to talk about, is because it's like, oh, you need to teach the experience. Well, it's like, when someone comes in and get a haircut, it's not always about the experience. Some people actually want to come get a haircut
Mm-hmm.
because they're on a lunch from work, or
That's it. Yeah.
they got something to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, teach that before you start teaching how to be an experienced barber.
Yeah.
And I'm strongly behind that. Like, it's cool. Throw some color, some crazy pencil stuff. That's dope.
Yeah.
It's like, these barbers need to be taught the right way, and
Like I said, I probably said this so much, but I'm gonna keep saying it again. Like I said before, I enjoyed your letting us come to your shop and you sitting and really detailing how to, you know, pretty much how to cut hair, and that was dope. Like, the one thing I liked about working at being at the Torrance location, the school, is that you get a mixture. So
Yeah.
I got a chance to cut a lot of straight hair, a lot of coarse hair. So it was like awesome to like come to your shop and then see you cutting hair and cut straight hair and how the layer and how the, you know, certain areas, how to make sure the fade and the blend was cool. And so that was awesome. So a lot of people, if you really want to check out somebody that really gonna show you how to make that cut look like it's $100 and more, come check my guy Rocky out.
Man, thank you. But yeah, I'm just here to help, man. You know.
Yeah. My next question: what are other key ways to develop a mindset within the barber industry?
As in, like, what do you mean, like?
Like to move in a way that to broaden yourself within the industry as far as
Okay.
being more creative.
So like how I started, like, the way I did was I didn't really have a certain haircut, you know, like, because the area that I'm in, it's only like basic, I want to say everyday haircuts. Again, 3 in a fade, 2 in a taper.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I started going to these shows and really like looking to where, if I had to give me a title, I'm a traditional barber. I love traditional work.
Mm-hmm.
The pompadours, the side parts, the crazy like rockabilly. I love that. I think that's amazing to me, you know? The
Mm-hmm.
way someone can like get the hair to stand up, just a blow dryer. And
Yeah.
man, bro, I have a friend, man. His name is Beat Bop the Barber.
Okay.
This dude is dope. He did a whole pompadour with just hairspray and a blow dryer. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. That's see, stuff like that. It's like I don't see that every day where I'm at, you know? It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't until I started going around people like that and really getting out my comfort zone, because I'm really like quiet. I'm really shy. I mean, it was till before it was worse, but it was so bad at one point where I was like, if someone's standing in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait for them to move, for me to be like, hey bro, can you like scoot over? Like,
Yeah.
I'll wait. Like, all right, he's gonna move eventually, you know?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to like, that's how like to myself I was.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It wasn't until like I wanted to start teaching and I wanted to start like helping others to where it's like, all right, you know what?
Yeah.
I gotta get out the show, you
Yeah.
know? So it wasn't until that to where I started like going around people that were doing that and actually, you know, like expanding what I did. Cause I could do a fade and taper in like 10, 15 minutes, but put a pompadour in front of me, I'm sitting there struggling at, you know,
Mm-hmm.
at first. Now it's like being around that and just going to what you like to do. Like some people just like doing the regular haircuts, or some people like doing pompadours, or some people just like cutting like longer layered hair. Like I feel like getting out there and really going to these shows and really going to these like these expos and stuff and just seeing a broad of everything, kind of really talk to people and you kind of really see people. And because these shows and these expos are like, if you go religiously, like you see the same people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the more you go and the more you show face and the more you talk and the more you put yourself out there, the better a company you get with people. So I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you talk to someone and they're again like they're not the best person,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like if you don't want someone like that on your team anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if you talk to somebody and they're like that, it's like cool, I'm gonna cut you off, like it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you go, the more you talk to people, the more you see different type of things. Like it's crazy. Like when I was in school, one of the teachers was like, "Hey, there's this expo coming up called the P Pro like PBA or something like that in Long Beach. It was a big old expo."
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, "If you go, you get extra credit. You get some hours." I said, "All right, cool. Like I'm gonna go."
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about like color or crazy haircuts or anything until I walked into that
Yeah.
to that, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
was like, what is this? Like, I was like a whole nother world. Like, to think like people were doing like designs and people were doing, all I seen again was old men doing tapers and fades and just trims. You know, I didn't know all that. So it wasn't until I actually got out there and really talked to people and really put myself out there that I seen different things and I found what I wanted to do and I found what I love to do. I just honestly feel like you got to go out there. You got to go out there. You got to talk to people. You got to kind of have to put yourself out there and really find that niche and that type of thing that you love to do. Or you can just do them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a sponge, do them all. You know, like that's dope too. Like,
What was the best trade show or expo event that you went to?
the best one I've been to was, I want to say, or the one I'd like to go to every year is the Long Beach Expo.
Okay. Is that the, if I might be pronouncing it wrong or saying the wrong name, is that the Motown one or something like that?
No, the Modown is with Louis. Hers is dope too.
Okay.
That's dope. But the ones I like, it's like a beauty expo, but
Okay.
also a barber expo.
Okay.
But more beauty. And the reason why I like going to that one is because like usually I take my wife. Like she loves to like go with me and do things like that.
Okay.
But it's always
Is she in the industry as well?
huh?
Is she in the
No.
industry? Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's a she does she's a veterinarian technician.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's in the animal field.
Oh, okay.
But she just likes to go, you know. She kind of knows some of the people because over the years I've been talking to them. She kind of knows some people too, but I like going there because every time I go to a barber one, you can tell she always has that face like, all right, I want to go home now, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But when I go to the beauty one,
Yeah.
she loves it, you know, because there's like makeup and everything. So I kind of like to go because it's like she loves it, and not only that, I still see the same people that I see at the regular barber expo, you know. So we love going to that every year because it's kind of like a thing we both do, you know. So it's pretty dope.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward for it to come back though. Like you said, I went to the Modown one right before the COVID hit. So that was the only one I really got a chance to experience. So hopefully once everything gets back and running, I get a chance to hit up some more. Um,
Oh yeah.
what would you give a new barber starting out? What advice would you give him to help him along the way or get somewhat his feet kind of wet to walk through the door?
I would say stay humble. No, stay focused. Times do get hard. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's all glamour. There's times where it gets rough, it gets tough, you know. Sometimes you won't get a haircut. Sometimes someone will be mad at you because they don't like the way it came out.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you'll get a crying crazy kid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes like the barbers you're in the shop with will have a bad day and you guys end up getting into it. It's but it's a process. You can't rush. You can't rush this. If you can't go into you can't go to a show and then come back to the shop like, oh, I'm good. Like I'm straight. Like I'm way better now.
Yeah.
No, this is a process. This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be tough, but you know, keep your head down and eyes up. You know, tunnel vision. You know, focus on your why. You know, what I mean by focus on your why is like, why'd you do this in the first place? You know, why did you get into this? Why did you want to be a barber? Why did you actually go through all the hours of trying to get your license? You know,
Mm-hmm.
why are you doing this? The reason why I do it and the reason why I continue to do it and I love to do it is because, you know, I have a family to provide for. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my wife held it down when I was in school. My wife held it down when I had no money. Now she don't work at all. You know, you can see she's in the picture. She's away.
That's dope.
But,
Yeah.
you know, like that's my why. My why is like my wife held it down when I had no money. Now she don't pay for nothing.
Yeah.
She don't have to worry about nothing. You know.
That's what it's all about.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly, definitely.
Yeah.
But to remain focused, to don't get discouraged, to always find that one person that's gonna actually like help you through it all.
Yeah.
It's tough doing it on your own. It gets real tough. But once you find that right mentor, that right person, you're smooth sailing from there. You know.
That's dope. I usually always end off my my videos with the person that I'm interviewing, or not even interviewing, just having friendly discussions about, you know, our topics within the industry of barbering. But how would law of attraction, how does that fit in your way of living?
You know, at first, I really didn't really believe in the law of attraction, but going through my journey and really like getting older and really seeing like all this stuff going on, like especially now with the whole COVID stuff, like I really believe in law of attraction now. Like to know that to think like I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get it. It's gonna come to me and at a good time, at the right time. Like it's gonna happen, you know. And it wasn't until I experienced it where I really like really believe in it now, you know. Like yeah, at first it was like, oh, like I'm gonna just grind until I get it.
Yeah.
Now it's like law of attraction. It's like you gotta believe that you're gonna do it. You're gonna get it, and it's gonna happen. But in God's time, you know.
Yeah.
But I firmly believe in law of attraction. I fucking teach that shit now, big time. Every time I tell people all the time, like you law of attraction, man. See, you can't be negative. You can't be down. Like it's gonna happen in God's time, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Man, this was dope. This is amazing. I like I said, you know, I'm truly thankful to have encountered, have met you, have been at your shop, for you to really share your knowledge with, you know, myself and everybody else that was at the Torrance location.
Oh man,
I know when we left out of there, we went to the school and we was all grateful for you to have us there. And I just want to tell you right now, thank you. And I'm gonna keep hitting you up. I'm gonna keep sending you pictures.
I'm expecting it, man. I'm expecting you to text me. I'm expecting it, man. I wanna, like I tell people all the time, like since you hit me up, like I consider we're family now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna stop helping you until you get your license, until you get going, until you, like I'm here through it all now. You know, like for everybody who comes and trusts me in helping them and trust me and teaching them, like I'm gonna be that guy on your shoulder. Like all right, gotta get it done. I'm gonna hit you up randomly, like what's up? Like you should get that done. Like let's get it done. Do whatever. Like I'm there now, bro. Like for everybody and anybody who comes and asks for help, like I'm there, you know. Like
Yeah, and that definitely goes both ways. So if you ever need to have this platform to talk about whatever you want to talk about, or if you got an event or you want to do whatever you want to do with this platform to help, you know, upcoming barbers, or just voice your opinion, this platform is yours. So just
I
hit me, let
appreciate
me
that,
know.
brother. I really do
And,
appreciate it.
yeah, let people know how to reach you on IG, or any information that you want to give out. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, if you want to hit me up on Instagram, it's Stay Razor Sharp. You know, hit me up anytime. You know, I'm always, you know, if I don't get back to you right when you message me, don't worry, I'm gonna get back to you. I'm just working, you know. But yeah, that's it. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Again, thank you, bro, for having me on here. It was amazing. I loved it, man. Loved
Thank
it.
you, man. We ain't done. We gonna keep doing some more. So
Oh,
whatever
definitely.
ideas I can come up with for us to have more discussions, we gonna keep doing this. Like I said, this is our platform. This is that talk your barber shit. So you know we gonna come up here and we gonna keep doing this as long as we can.
Dope.
So, you know,
Excited.
whenever you need me, I'm there, and I appreciate you, man.
Likewise, bro.
All right.
Likewise.
All right. Well, you have a great night. You and the family take care, and we gonna link up soon.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Thank you.
All right. Have a great one, man.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.